Mr.Falcon!
I've been wanting to do a proper tokusatsu recommendation for a while now, and really what a better place to start than the series that got me into tokusatsu in the first place. That series being Kamen Rider Double. And yes, for those who are not in the know, it is in fact called Double and not W as the title would suggest. Anyways, Double takes place in the windy city known as Futo that has recently seen a rise of monsters known as Dopants, who are basically people who inject themselves with a mysterious USB-like device known as Gaia memories, each transforming their users into monsters with unique powers. However, by unsafely inserting Gaia memories into themselves, Dopants face the risk of losing control and possibly even dying if left unchecked. Luckily, the city of Futo has heroes that can stand against the Dopants, being the detectives of the Narumi Detective Agency, consisting of Shotaro, a self-proclaimed hard-boiled detective, but he's much better known by everyone else as being soft-boiled, due to him being really kind-hearted and always trying to look cool. Then there's his partner Philip, a mysterious guy who has access to near infinite knowledge in the Gaia library, which he can tap into at any given point to help out with cases, so as long as he has a keyword for his search. Together, this duo quite literally combines into Futo's very own superhero, Kamen Rider Double. Using the very same Gaia memories as the Dopants, but safely thanks to the Double driver, allows them to fuse consciousness, as well as use two different Gaia memories, allowing for a variety of power combinations. However, our detective duo also have a few more allies, like Akiko, who is Shotaro's old mentor's daughter, and the head of the Narumi Detective Agency, who a lot of people who watch this show can probably tell you is a bit annoying at times, but she's not a useless character and actually does help out in a lot of the cases. And then there's Ryu Teruri, a truly hard-boiled cop looking to avenge the death of his family, who can also transform into Kamen Rider Axel, a rider who can turn into a motorcycle, which might sound dumb to a lot of people, but I find it pretty cool, and honestly surprised the series never tried that concept before him. And together these four go on various dopant cases, while also digging in deeper into the criminal underground of Futo. Now Double, for a lot of people, including myself, was their introduction to Kamen Rider. And while in my opinion practically any season, maybe besides Decade and Zio due to them being anniversary seasons, is for the most part a pretty good starter for Rider. Though I can see why Double is usually the gateway series for so many fans. Outside the series' overall popularity, there's that aesthetic of Double. Double overall has a very nice blend of old school and new school Rider, which I feel is what draws so many people into it, as they can kinda get the best of both worlds in one series. The detective aspect of Double gives the series a unique flavor, with that classic hardboiled vibe in solving crimes and exploring the mutated criminal underworld. That, when mixed in with the more humorous nature of the characters and stories here, make it as half-boiled as Shotaro. But that's not a bad thing, as it helps keeps things varied. One case, the Narumi detectives will do normal detective stuff like investigating missing people and murders, only, with superheroes and monsters and all that stuff. But then you'll just get some absolutely bonkers stuff like entering a music competition judged by Ichiro fucking Mizuki, trying to learn dance moves to unlock memories, and playing with killer dolls. Nani? Oh god, I forgot how terrifying these episodes were. That shit would have scarred me if I was a kid. Which reminds me, let's talk about the Dopants here, as I feel they're pretty unique among Rider villains. They're not the absolute best, but there's a lot I do appreciate about them. I mean, for starters, there's no set motif for them, leading to all kinds of different Dopants, with them being themed from everything from animals to dinosaurs to objects to even just concepts like violence and utopia, making for a really diverse set of monster designs, which I'm always there for. Also, a lot of these Dopants aren't necessarily working for the same evil organization. A good chunk of them are just people who got their hands on Gaia memories. Though that's not to say that there isn't an evil organization here, as we have that in Double with the Museum organization, who's responsible for a lot of the Gaia memory distribution, And I really like having a mix of random Dopant users and museum members for these cases, as it helps more with that detective feeling of the series. After all, a detective wouldn't just solely go after one group, but rather solve a bunch of different cases that may or may not be all connected in the end. Another thing that drew me into the series in the beginning is the design of Double, since it's a real eye catcher. It's simple, sleek, and the scarf helps bring it all together with that classic writer vibe. Though it sucks that they didn't give Double a trench coat like he was supposed to in the concept art, because that would have added a whole new layer of cool to this already pretty cool design. But the coolest aspect of Double is the actual Double aspect of the writer. Combining powers has always been a cool concept to me. It might be just fond memories of playing Kirby 64 as a kid, but it's great seeing it on the screen here, as it really spices up the fights with cycling through different power combinations trying to find the best match to take out the latest Dopant threat. And this power combination gimmick is something that future writers and even a few other Toku series would definitely take note on. But beyond combining powers, it's cool to see a writer that's technically two people that have to work together in one body. It's unique, maybe not a first for Toku as there was Barum 1, but it is a first for writer, and it really drives home the main theme of friendship / partnership, which would also be a common theme in the upcoming writer series O's and Forze. The partnership between Shotaro and Philip is great, as we see them both grow together and individually throughout the series. And while we see the partnership between them bloom throughout the series, it also does get tested a few times, making for a lot of the series' most hype and emotional moments. But beyond their partnership, these two are just really fun characters on their own. Shotaro might be a bit goofy sometimes, but he's an endearing guy who sincerely cares for his city and just wants to help people. And it's always funny seeing him trying to be this badass hardboiled detective that he's certainly not, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Philip is also great, starting off mysterious and a bit lacking emotionally. He grows over time in the series with his partnership with Shotaro, and his backstory leads to a lot of interesting reveals throughout the series. But what I also like about him is that despite him being the smart one with a mysterious backstory, he still can be a goofball sometimes with him getting really lost in his own thoughts. Overall, Kamen Rider Double is a great series that I might be slightly biased towards since it was my first, but regardless, I still highly recommend it. It has an awesome tone blending old with new, with lots of great suits and monster designs. It's full of fun, varied action, and of course features an awesome and lovable detective duo. And with that, it's time to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really do hope to cover more Rider series as well as other Toku series soon. And I would also like to say thank you to everyone who's been sticking around, since I know I haven't been the most consistent, but I've been trying to change that lately. So thank you, and with that, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.